her uppers removed, and she had stitches in them. She was getting dentures put in. She went home in the meantime, and Dad said, honey, I've got to be in San Diego in 10 days. She returned to the dentist. He pulled the lowers, stitched them up, and fit her dentures, top and bottoms, over the stitches and told them not to take them out under any circumstances. And then she went to the hospital and had me induced. So after about 31 hours of labor, like I said, 12:08 a.m. April Fool's Day, she gave birth to me. 2 days later, we were in the back of, I think, a VW van, 4 of us kids, going across country. It was never a vacation. Mom took her work with her.
It was actually a Ford Econoline. Dad was a Ford man.
It had 4 wheels. That's all I knew. I'm in a unique position. I'm 47 years old as of April Fool's Day, and I've spent 43 years of my life in the company of an extraordinary human being. Nobody else, as far as I'm concerned. She loved us all equally, but I was in a rare position to learn, to frustrate, and be frustrated by her. But there was never a better teacher of anything. You see in that J list 30 or 40 things that Mother has done, whether it was a budget gourmand, an environmentalist, an activist. Everything here was self-taught. There was not a degree other than a high school diploma. Never ever. And everything she did, she attacked with, perseverance. She never let anything go. She knows how to paint. She decorated. She did our house. She self-taught everything, including the values instilled in her kids. We all benefited, and that's all he ever did. If all this woman ever had to show was 6 grown children who'd never done serious jail time, serious. We weren't serial killers, we weren't prostitutes, we didn't kick puppies. That is a great legacy for any person. If my mom passed away and that's all she had to show for it, that'd be an amazing thing. But when you pile everything else she did, and she didn't start this after we all moved out. I was 15 years old when she picked up, a pair of binoculars and started to teach herself that.
And they're all long-winded.
And they're all long-winded. I have a lot of stories. I have a viewpoint that nobody else has. Simply just to say that if all Mom did had raised 6 good kids, that would be a remarkable feat. And the idea that she did all that and all this extra stuff, and we never felt cheated. I never for 1 minute felt shortchanged, that I was missing out on something because she was giving students her time, where she was taking a 2-week trip across the desert with 13 strangers in a van. I never felt like that. Well, you could show up at the play I'm doing. But no, it was always, I always felt like she, and I hope I'm speaking for everybody, that we all always felt like she gave us 100% of her attention, whether she was there or not. When we turned up in Decatur last year, she's like, I think I'll like being anonymous. And I'm saying to myself, oh, I can't have that. Some parents brag on their kids. I have to brag on the most perfect mother. I could not have asked for a better teacher, a better mother. And, my dad played a part in this too, but as Jay and Jeffrey both said, he was out to sea a great deal of time. The most impression I ever got from Dad is he'd come home from sea and he'd kind of look at us and go, okay, you look like me. Which he never did for me until I was like 6 years old. It was like, you look like the postman. This is just not something you want to say to an impressionable child. But finally, one day, I think she must have pulled him aside and said, Chrissy's really impressionable. She's worried about taking this to heart. So next time he came home, he actually walked in the door and he dropped his sea bag or whatever, and he looked at me and took my face in his hand. He says, you look like my mother. Not like me, but you look like my mother. And it's true. 10 years later, he showed me a picture of his mother when she was 18, and I looked at the face and it was mine. So just the idea that she kind of had the goat in to do that. She was sensitive enough without my having to say, Mom, am I really the postman's kid? It's just somebody who was very sensitive to everything, everything we thought. She knew it ahead of time. It's a huge void in our lives, especially, I think, for Patrice and myself, Patrice, who didn't, wake up a morning here without giving Mom a call saying, hey, I picked out some patterns, or I've got some paint stuff, come on over. And I was fortunate enough to be the one saying, see you later, every day, and to start every day and finish every day with, have a good day at work, I love you. A lot of people might think that's strange, but Mom started every day. I never saw her wake up in a foul mood, not like me. But she was always in a good mood, no matter how she felt. Even those last 2 weeks, she was always, you never felt it was a face she put on for somebody else. It was just the strength that came from someplace in her toes, from her very core of being I could and would go on and on about Mom, but I'm going to spare you that just to say, you know, it's a great loss, and I know you all feel it too. And I'm going to stop because I'm about to cry. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.